What is going on, my future meta millionaires? It is your boy Terry Stonkers, and welcome to the channel, baby. By the dip. Real quick, first, guys, you gotta check out this amazing shirt I have on. One of my buddies makes these amazing artworks, and he does shirts, tumblers. He has a whole store. I'm gonna put the link to his store. If you love like comic book, you love the the horror characters like Freddy. There, you got Freddy with his claws looking at the reflection. You got Jason Voorhees hockey mask in the back. I love it, man. This was an amazing Christmas gift. I got a Tumblr cup on the way as well. Does amazing stuff, so I'm going to put his link down in the pinned comments. First, I want to say thank you to Sterling, man. Guys, if you're not following Sterling, I don't know if you're hiding under a rock or something, but Sterling has like the most amazing interview out right now. And I kind of want to just do a reaction video to the dividend part. And I think we'll come out and do breakdowns of certain parts, and I just want to go over the I did watch it once through and kind of want to watch it again with the closed captions on. Now I know some of the closed captions can kind of be a little wrong, but that's okay. We're here to just kind of go over my reaction, and people's been asking me, Terry, what's your reactions to this interview about dividend? I can tell you what, from what I've heard already and I've watched the entire interview, is excellent. I am still stoked as ever about the dividend. Do I need to say more? I have this in every video. In George we trust. Like I said, George is going to put us in the right hands to make sure we get taken care of on this dividend. So I don't really care what happens here in the short term. The dividend, the MMTLP can go down to 10 cents. I'm just going to sell every other stock I have in my Fidelity account and just buy that dividend if it goes down to 10 cents. It's just the way it's going to be. But we're going to watch this. We're going to pause it. We're going to do reactions to certain comments and go from there. So like I said, I hope you're all ready for today's video. If you are, leave a comment, smash thumbs up, leave a comment down below. It helps out the algorithm. So, baby, let's go. No intro there. All right. Anyway, we're just going to get right into it. So let's get here to it, guys. There we go. Okay, so here we go. Again, thank you to Sterling. I'll have his link down below in the pinned comments as well. Make sure you go subscribe. Over 4,000 views on this fantastic interview.
Again, I'll cover this out if y'all don't want to talk about it. I don't really care about the dividend. I know y'all don't really care too much about the dividend. Are we still waiting on drilling to be completed?
We issued a press release about 3 weeks ago.
Right.
Outlining a timeline, and we're still on it.
Okay, that's what I figured.
But I want to make a comment about the dividends. You said that we don't care about the dividends. So I want to explain, because I had multiple discussions with both the former chairman of Torchlight and the former CEO of Torchlight. So this is a group where they truly believe in the asset value that they have been developing for almost a decade. We are a company that is focused on our business, which is nanotechnology-based products.
That's kind of what I mean by y'all don't really care. It's not really good.
But that's not fair, though. See, you shouldn't say that.
But we do care.
We do care. These people...
We care enough to pay the bills for the drilling.
Yeah.
And make sure that the value...
All right, so the one thing I want to point out there about, them not caring about dividend, I know what Sterling meant. Sterling didn't mean that in anything bad, guys. Like I said, George and Ken aren't oil and gas experts. They're more than metamaterials experts. And I just think that, it was nice to see Ken and them, in a sense, defend the dividend. Yes, we do care. And George, yes, we do care. There's a lot of big money in the back. We're going to get later in this interview. We will hear about Mr. Greg McCabe. And I believe a little bit about John Berta, the Torch CEO, and things like that. So it was nice to see them say, no, we do care about the dividend. So like I said, in George we trust. That was great to see. Like I said, Sterling didn't mean anything by that, guys. Don't worry. It was just a misunderstanding of, I think, what it was. But they did get, wanted to defend that part, that they do care about dividends. So let's keep going here.
The maximum value is captured for every single shareholder, and I would say holder of the dividends. Some holders of the dividend are not shareholders of MMAT anymore, which is fine.
Yeah.
They still own Series A.
But we have absolute and 100% commitment to making sure that the original Torchlight holders of the dividend get the maximum value out of these assets. You have to understand that the biggest shareholder of Torchlight, which is...
All right, so before we get into that, I want to say it was really nice to see that he made it a point. He wants to get maximum value for this Series A preferred shareholders. Now, you'll notice in this interview they don't talk about MMTLP. That's kind of a gray subject, but they have came out in press releases stating that if you buy MMTLP, you are a Series A preferred shareholder, so don't let that scare you out. If you buy the MMTLP, you are in rights of the preferred share. And he's going to get in here now talking about the big shareholder, that one of the biggest shareholders out there. So let's go in here now and get ready for this part coming up.
Greg McAbe, the former chairman of Torchlight, to this day has not sold a single MMAT share. So I care deeply about everyone that has been involved in the entire process, and we're making 100%.
So right there, I hate to keep interrupting, but man, it's good. Greg McAbe has not sold a single share. That's fantastic to hear. We have covered in previous videos that John Berta has not sold any shares, and he stated in his Twitter, John Berta himself, the former CEO of Torch, says that he has not sold a single share of his MMAT or a single share of his MMTLP. And it's nice to hear that Greg McAbe hasn't sold a single share as well. McCabe is a huge holder. I believe I can get his information on the Premium Fintel. I know we've covered that before, but let's get back in this interview, and maybe we'll cover Greg McAbe here after this interview.
Our best effort is spending money for the best lawyers to get the best processes and basically make sure that the maximum value is captured for all of holders and shareholders of MMAT and those who have the dividend.
That's, if you read the press releases, what we said, and we stick by, is that the reason we did more drilling wasn't because we wanted to be in the oil business. We did the drilling to make sure that we could retain the leases to those assets so they could become valuable. It was a compliance thing. And we have, again, with the timeline, we had all anticipated that we would be done by the end of the year. We're a little behind that, but not much.
That's not Joe's problem.
No, it's a whole supply chain. It's everything.
I mean, we have COVID. Yeah. I don't know people if they think that magically COVID has disappeared, but you know, logistics, anything is difficult. You know,
I can say there, the Rona have delayed. You see all these articles out about there's no truckers. Truckers are on protest. I know even around where I live at, and when I was on vacation over the summer down in Myrtle Beach, there's a lot of places hiring. If you just get on, just even look on Indeed, there is a lot of companies hiring, a lot of truck driver jobs. So I can understand where they're coming from, that even though they just need a truck driver to drive the drill to the site, they can't get a truck driver. So I can see that holding up delays, and I do understand their point on that.
Really
sending an entire rig
you got a
down
drilling rig
south.
that can drill 2 holes at once.
Yeah.
It has to be driven there by a truck driver. Guess what? The truck drivers don't work anymore.
Exactly.
They're sick. Or they don't want. Yeah. So there's been this whole backlash of COVID-related, supply chain-related stuff. And to the credit of the group that's been working with us on those assets, they've done a remarkable job of bringing the leases fully into compliance, putting us in a position to spin those assets out or sell them. Most likely, like spin them out, like you said.
But the one thing that I accept as criticism is the fact that people want to know more information, and sometimes it's very difficult every single day or every week to send updates about the drilling. And I know that that's what they want to hear, even though they may not be a shareholder of MMAT. At the end of the day, we're trying to promote our business. We are going to release important news when we have to and can. And at the end of the day, we want to make sure that communication is accurate, timely, And I wish I could just every single day have an online page where somebody can go and just look at the video of what's happening all the time, but I can't do that.
Where George is getting at there, it's kind of like saying he wish he could just have like a webcam on the torch assets in the land. That way he wouldn't keep getting harassed about what's going on with the drilling, where's all the information at. So I think he's just saying that it'd be nice if you could just have a webcam there. People can just go view it, but as we know in the oil and gas industry, everything's hush hush. It just ain't that easy. So let's keep going here.
And then, we want to be as respectful as we can be. If anybody has any questions, they can pick up the phone, call Marco Monosky at our IR department, and he can get, if he doesn't have information, get the information from the management to share to the shareholders that want it. But asking questions on Twitter every 5 seconds doesn't help. And, there's other ways to get the information.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't know. They're asking the wrong source. Can you talk any more on the management team that's doing those assets, or not necessarily?
I think at this point we're not.
One thing I want to point out there, when Sterling asked that question about, can we talk any more about the management team? Did you see the smile that hit George's face like right away? That's kind of a good sign. George knows something, man. Actually, we are at 32:57. Let's go back here to let's go back here just
the management to share to the shareholders that want it. But
I'm going to pause
asking questions on Twitter every 5 seconds doesn't help. And, there's other ways to get the information.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people don't know. They're asking the wrong source. Can you talk any more on the management team that's doing those assets, or not necessarily?
I think.
So, yeah, there you can see Mr. George's face with the smile. George, he gets a smile on his face, and he can't really say. I think it is something big. I don't know. It's just going to have to wait and see. But that smile there, and we got more stuff coming up in his interview. So I just wanted to point that out. Look at George's smile there when Sterling asked that question about the management team. They keep saying a lot that I think we're going to hear more about it. It's a young team. They're really exciting. It's just going to be an amazing time. So let's get more to this interview.
At this point, we're not. Suffice it to say that the team that has been working with those assets is very experienced.
Right.
They've got, and even as late as last night, Greg McAbe has been involved greatly in that work.
Right.
He's thrilled with that team.
Okay. So Greg McAbe approves of the management team.
Oh, absolutely.
Awesome.
And
So right there is a huge one too. Greg McCabe is thrilled and he approves of this management team is in place. So Greg McCabe is like probably one of the biggest shareholders. So for him to still be happy is phenomenal, guys. That's what we want to hear. As Greg McCabe is happy, you got to keep, the money happy. Greg McCabe could be, he goes out and invests in these companies, man. That's what I want to say. Greg McCabe is someone you want to keep happy. If we come out with $1 to $3 dividend, that's not going to make Greg McCabe happy that he's held out and hasn't sold a single share when he could have sold at $10. So Greg McCabe's in this, man, to get a payout. Trust me. Big money ain't in here to get a $1 to $3 divvy. Big money is in here to get a big divvy. Whether that's through the spin out, cash divvy, we will have to see on that.
I would say they're a world-class.
They're a very, very high-class group of people. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're young. They're aggressive.
Not their first rodeo.
No. And so we're very excited because what they've managed to accomplish, it's hard to sit here today and think about this, but if you go back, you'll probably recall the first time we announced anything about new drilling was in September.
Yeah.
So here he says, this is where it gets interesting. He says the first time they announced anything about a new drilling was in September. So let's hear what he has to say after that. The first new drilling was in September.
We're done.
And right there hits the commercial. We're done. The drilling is done. So, yeah, we're going to have to watch this ad here real quick.
So get this. Every 1.2 seconds, a new user goes to Wix.com.
Exactly.
I mean, so
Yeah.
he he's thrilled with that team.
I'm going to get back
Greg
to
McCabe,
I want to hear you say that.
We're
done.
Oh, absolutely. And so
I would say
think
they're a world class.
they're a very high class group of people. They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're young. They're aggressive.
Not their first rodeo.
No. And so we're very excited because what they've managed to accomplish. It's hard to sit here today and think about this, but if you go back, you'll probably recall the first time we announced anything about new drilling was in September.
Yeah.
We're done.
Exactly.
I mean, so it's kind of,
and
It's
all the
pretty quick.
and all the Pref A holders should be very proud of this team that is being put together.
And you can see on George's face, he has that look saying how we should be proud of this team right there. Very proud of this team that is being put together. So it does seem like it's going to be possibly a spin out. And I think we're hoping for a private company. That way they cannot short us down to the ground. And I think that's the route they're going to go. Maybe get a cash divvy plus some of the oil co. And maybe be a private company.
I think they'll be in very good hands.
they will be when the whole team is,
And you see George's smile there, like when he says the preferred Series A holders are going to be in good hands. That's what we want to see, in very good hands. And George has a smile on his face. So, guys, I have this in every single video. In George, we freaking trust, man. This is what we're saying. Let the man do his job. He has the company doing it, the oil people doing it. This is what I'm talking about.
made public and everyone knows who they are. They'll be very pleased.
And right there he says, once they are made public and everyone knows who they are, they'll be very pleased. That makes me think it has to be some company that we know. I don't know. I'm just speculating here. Could it be someone that we know? Because he's saying once it's made public and everyone knows who they are, they'll be very pleased. So this makes me think it's maybe some big oil company, because if it's someone that we wouldn't know, why would we be pleased? This makes me think that it has to be someone that we know. There's someone that's pretty popular in the oil industry, because he couldn't say if it's someone that we don't even know, how are we going to be excited if we don't know who they are? So it makes me think he's saying that once it's made public, we're going to be pleased. So that's my point on that one.
Excited to hear about that. Very good updates. Well, that's pretty much all our questions I got for you guys today.
One thing I would say though, and this is the thing about Twitter.
I'll let you.
All right, so that there, guys, is pretty much it on the interview about the divvy. That is a fantastic interview Sterling has. So I want to say thank you again, Sterling, for taking the time, taking your own resources to go do that. There is an event coming up here. I got it pinned on my Twitter account. Let me move this out of the way. Nanotech posted they have an event coming up in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is like 90 minutes away from me. It's going to be the February 21st through the, I want to say 24th or something like that. But they're having the big reception on the 23rd at 5:30, the cocktail. Unfortunately, I can't make that because of having to be at work. But I can go Monday the 21st. That's President's Day, and my job is closed for that day. And I saw the registration says that that's only you need to register. You only need to register if you're going to attend the cocktail event. I can't attend the cocktail event, so I need to get more information and see if I got to get any tickets to go to this or what all is. But once I get more updates, I'll come back out with another video. I'm gonna reach out and see what I need to do about getting tickets to this event and go from there. And guys, if you're not following me on Twitter, go follow me at TerryZ247. We need one more follower to hit 1,700. Let's make it happen. So I hope you all enjoyed this little reaction video to Sterling. If you did, smash thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.